Good morning, students. Welcome to the Success at CA exam series conducted by Board of Studies of ICAI. And today, once again, we are with you for your success. And mentor for the session, I am CA Karuna Bansali. So, Tanya, आज हम क्या लेके आए अपने students के लिए?
Examination. What should be our examination strategies? What are the common mistakes made by the students in the examination? And lastly, we are having our quiz, audit brainstorm for you.
Okay, so it's interesting, right? So all the students were on the like they are joining through the YouTube. Please join for the quiz because when we will be showing the QR code, right? Who can join and how they can join? QR code will be shown.
Yes, we will and that code, and then you will be able to join the quiz. You will be able to attend the quiz.
And you will be able to see your score. You will be able to mark the answer at your pace, right? So not taking much of the time because we will require time for the quiz also. And what is the name of the quiz? Audit brainstorm. So you need to have brainstorm for that quiz. So moving towards that, again, we are with you. And as you all are aware that September 2025 exams are approaching and I think it will hardly we are having 33 days, right? Correct me if I am wrong. So 33 days and 3 days can be adjusted in any of the activity. So I hope you have completed your whole syllabus and you are in your revision, right? If you have not completed and you are still completing, focus with the other remaining resources also, right? So preparation will be going simultaneously, and along with the preparation, you need to use other resources also. And several times we have shared the skill-wise and section-wise weightage with you, tips with you that how you should write in the examination. So again, we are back with the syllabus, with the prescribed weightage, because if still you are not able to complete your syllabus, definitely you should emphasize and focus on the prescribed weightage, and accordingly you should complete your syllabus. So madam, will you tell the syllabus?
Syllabus is divided into 19 chapters, further divided into 5 sections. So section number 1, engagement and quality control standards, which means chapter number 1 to chapter 11, they are of 45% to 55% of your marks.
So I think they are aware that we are having 19 chapters, yes. And out of 19, 1 to 11 are engagement and quality control standards based chapter. I once in the session asked the students that how many engagement and quality control standards are there, or if we further segregate, what are the categories in which engagement and quality control standards are divided? Can any one of you raise your hand and let us know how many standards and what are the categories for the same? Or you are writing in the chat? Yes, Sammenathan. Unmute yourself.
Madam, good morning, first of all.
Good morning.
There are in totally 46 standards are there, ma'am.
Very good. Yeah.
There is quality standard, one standard is there. Standards on auditing.
Standard on quality control, right. And
control. There is, and for standard on auditing, there are 36 standards are there.
Okay.
And SRE, there are 2 standards. SEE, there are 3 standards. SRS, there are 2 standards.
Very good. So you have rightly said that 46 standards are there. One is SQC1, then SA you have told 3400, 3402 and 3420. So 3 SAE are there, 2 SRE for review engagement, and 2 SRS, that is for related services, right? 4400 series. So if we segregate, we are having 38 standards on auditing. Out of 46, we have 3 SAE, 2 SRS, 2 SRE, okay, and 1 SQC. So 38, and if we again segregate, 35 are specific and 3 are for specialized area. So chapter 8, that is your SA 800 series base, yani ki specialized areas chapter. Chapter 9, 10 and 11, that is based on SAE, SRE and SRS. So for all 4 chapters which are forming part of your section 1, you need to study basic and overview. Means you need to refer only the content which is given in the study material. Application means MCQ based question will not be asked from these 4 chapters. However, for rest of the 7 chapters, including your SQC1, there will be application based MCQ. So again, section 1 is of 45% to 55%. So passing mark is also 40%, right? So this again, this one section is so much important that it alone can pass you. But don't go for shortcut study, right? If we read the content in 1 or 2 lines, when we need to write in the examination, are we able to write the required content? No, because we have studied from the 2-liner flowchart only. So for this section, you need to have conceptual clarity. In-depth knowledge is required for engagement and quality control standards. And it is very important. Why? Because some statutory compliance is also required, and engagement and quality control standards guide you for overall audit scenario, that if fraud situation is arising, how you should deal. If there are deficiency in internal control, how you should proceed further, whether you will communicate or you will directly modify the report. If you are going to communicate, how you are going to communicate, whether you will take help of letter of weakness or how you are going to proceed, right? So all this guidance is given in your standards. So don't compromise. It's your Bible. For auditing, you should understand what is the requirement. Yes, ma'am.
Digital audit and assurance. It is of 3% to 6% marks. Then we have section 3, which covers miscellaneous audits. Various audits are there. PSU is there, bank audit is there, internal audit is there, group audit is there.
Forensic investigation,
diligence is there.
And
yeah. So it covers 17% to 24%. That is minimum 20 to maximum 27 marks are being asked from this section. Then we have section number 4, which is ESG and SDG assurance. It also covers 3% to 6% of your marks. And lastly, we have section number 5, professional ethics.
yeah. So this is last but not least. It's very, very interesting topic, very, very important topic. So please don't complete this chapter in one day. I request you all to segregate it into at least 4 days or 5 days. One day you should have it in one part, like you have divided it into 3 or 4 parts. So in 4 parts, when you are completing it step by step, have simultaneous practice also, right? So it will help you in scoring maximum marks. And I suggest you can write in your own language, because this is the common question which we get from the students, that you can write in your own language, but technical terms has to be used. You cannot replace it with general terms, right? And in the standard weight question or clause based question, you have to give the reference of the source. means it's from the standard. If it is a related party, then you need to give reference of SA 550. If you want to give reference of any clause in the professional ethics chapter, then definitely you have to give reference of clause also. Yeah.
Your preparations, we have this essential Board of Studies resources with us. That is, we have study material, we have integrated case scenario booklet for your practice, we have model test paper booklet for your practice, ample number of questions are there. Then we have revisionary test papers, mock test papers are there. Then we have suggested answers. You can practice MCQs and case scenarios at BoS Knowledge Portal, and we have live virtual classes for your guidance.
In any of the topic, if you feel you require further guidance, you can use LVC. And if you want to have question-based practice, you can refer LVRC, live virtual revisionary classes, wherein maximum questions are being practiced. So concepts are taught with the help of questions. So these are the study resources which you can have maximum utilization, which you can have best utilization, so that you are able to write the prepare with the correct pattern, because resources should be correct and study methodology should be correct. Then only we are able to write the correct answer, right? Yeah.
Part division A, which is of MCQ part, 30 marks, and then we have division B, which is descriptive portions, 70 marks. In MCQ, which are of 30 marks, 2 to 3 case scenarios are being asked, and 3 independent application-based MCQs are asked.
Yeah. Here, this 30 marks is having purely application-based, right? And for this 30 marks, like this time paper was lengthy one. So if you are practicing every day at least 15 MCQs, and for those 15 MCQs, at least it should be 3 case scenario. So develop this habit that during 2 to 5 p.m. when you are having your final examination, at that point of time, you are studying from at that point of time particularly. Secondly, check how much time you are taking to read the case scenario, understand the requirement and solving the same. So it will enhance your reading skill. So sometimes it may so happen that paper is tricky one or paper is lengthy one. But if you are having regular practice of reading and you are checking how much time you are taking to solve these 3 case scenarios or 15 MCQs which are application based, then you will be able to save your time in the examination, and you will be getting the tips and tricks that how you can make it faster, how you can you will be able to maybe just like we share the elimination method strategy or choose the direct correct answer. So when you are using this strategy, when you are following this strategy and you are solving every day 3 case scenario, you may also come out with new strategies wherein you are able to save the time, or you are able to mark the correct option, right? So if you find any other strategy, you can also share with us. We will also share the same with the students. So for this, please refer case scenario booklet or MCQ practice portal and check how much time you are allotting for this, because it carries 2 marks, and in the examination 30 marks MCQ based case scenarios or independence also application based MCQ will be there in your paper. So that for that there is no negative marking, right? If you know the best answer strategy, you can get the free fund 30 marks, right? But that for that also you need to have in-depth knowledge. Yeah.
Then we have division B, which is descriptive portion. Out of 6 questions are asked, out of which question number 1 is compulsory, and you are required to attempt any 4 questions out of the remaining 5 questions. So this is it. Now student asks how we should answer application based questions in descriptive part.
Yeah. as we already shared several times the strategy that how many types of questions are being asked. Sometimes it is knowledge based or application based. So what does application based question means? Application based question means you need to read the situation, you need to recall the provisions, you need to apply the provision in the same, and then you need to conclude for the case scenario, right? Like code of ethics based question or standards based question, or sometimes it is for, in fact, ESG, SDG based on 9 principles. If you have solved this mock test paper 1, wherein you might have find the question based on ESG and SDG, BRSR provisions, right? Mandatory requirement, essential indicator, and optional indicators. So those are application based question. Now, what kind of strategy, what kind of pattern you can follow? It's not hard and fast that you need to give fact of the case in the beginning only. You can write the applicable provision. When you have read the question carefully, maybe twice you have read the question. Thereafter, when you are starting writing the answer, first, either you start with the fact of the case, whatever is being given in the question, or you may directly start with provision and explanation, like clause of the code of ethics, explaining further if it is required as per the requirement of question. Thereafter, you need to give reference of the fact of the case and interrelate with, interlink the fact of the case with the provision and conclude. Okay, your conclusion is very, very important because it also carries specific marks. So do not forget to give conclusion, right? So any of the way you can write, you can use fact of the case, provision and explanation, and then conclusion based on interlinking, or you may write application like provision and explanation, thereafter fact of the case, and conclusion after interlinking. That is in view of the provision, in view of the clause, in view of the guidelines, right? So this way we need to give answer of application based question.
You are required to break the answer in brief points or paragraph. Then answer should be properly framed language. No reproductive verbatim is required, but yes, answer should be properly framed. Highlight the main points such as bullets, point with headings, and you are required to avoid the charts or diagrammatic presentation in the examination. Especially in auditing, there are no marks for flowcharts or diagrammatic representation.
It means each and every point is like allocated specific marks. So here I would like to mention you specifically, if the question is for 4 marks or 5 marks and you are writing in the examination, please ensure that you are writing complete 1 point. Don't write the same point with different language, with different words, or don't break the 1 point into various points. If the answer pointers are small, if it is small pointers and the question is for 4 marks, you need to give 8 points, right? If there are no 8 points, there are only 4 points only, then of course you need to have those 4 points only. But if you are breaking 1 point into 2 to 3 sub points, right? Question requires 4 points and you have segregated 1 point into 2 point or 3 point. So each and every point is specifically assigned 1 mark. If you are segregating into 2 to 3 point, then you are attempting only 1 marks paper. So please see how you are writing, because in the examination you are, when I interact with the students, first thing, they are not justifying with the auditing subject. Just like they practice for the FR or AFM or DT, IDT, they are not practicing for the auditing subject. They curtail, they go for shortcut because time remains less. So they search for the books which is in very short capsule form you want. So when you are reading very small, you cannot write in the examination required and relevant answer. So when we are going for shortcut, our journey is long. So first thing, please ensure that you are writing complete points. Otherwise, you're like complain that in auditing we are not getting full marks. We are not able to cross 30 marks. We are getting only 25, 27 or 40. And in that also we are getting marks in the MCQ part only. So the reason behind it is that we are going for shortcut, and in the examination we are writing short answer also, and we feel that we have written 4 complete points. Now why Tanya ma'am is saying avoid flowchart, diagrammatic presentation? Because again, examiner is having limited time. If you are writing in the flowchart form also, then also if you can write your answer complete with complete pointers. It will be saving the time of examiner also, and it will be easier for them also, right? So rather than giving in diagrammatic, it's better you give in the bullet or in the paragraph or with 1, 2, 3, 4 pointers. Okay, the point which you want to highlight specifically, you can underline with the same pen so that attention of the examiner, whoever is checking your answer sheet, can be drawn. Yeah. Huh? Okay, we are running short for query. Yeah. So here already Tanya ma'am told that language to be used should be properly framed, because sometimes what we want to say is not reflecting in answer, right? So you know the answer, but when you, at the point of time when you're writing in the exam, आपने उसमें कुछ और लिख दिया. And what you are telling orally, because I have personally interacted with the student, they are telling me correct answer, but when they are writing, it's not at all the same. So when you are having your writing practice, you need to audit your answer, that whether it is properly framed and whatever is in your mind, you are able to communicate the same, right? Generic answer should not be given. No verbatim reproduction. We really don't want you to cram, but you need to learn the standards name, the specific provision, right? And provide fact of the case and conclusion in line with requirement of the question. Read the question carefully at the end, what is being asked, whether it is from the point of view of auditor or whether it is point of view of the management. So please read it carefully and accordingly draft and write the answer. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि क्वेश्चन में पूछ रहे मैनेजमेंट का कंटेंशन ठीक है या नहीं, या मैनेजमेंट जो कह रही है वो ठीक है या नहीं, हम कह रहे नहीं ऑडिटर ठीक है. We need to write, yes, contention of management is correct or incorrect. We need to focus, emphasize from that perspective. So please read the question carefully. At the end, requirement of the question is being given. Understand that and accordingly frame the conclusion part. Because otherwise you will lose your marks. Yeah.
They focus on selective study. In auditing, comprehensive study is required as each and every section, each and every chapter carries some weightage. So selective study is not going to give you any marks. And then there is a lack of written practice. As ma'am earlier told, that in audit, AFM, in FR, we do written practice, but we lack written practice in auditing, thinking that auditing is a theoretical subject. No, it is not a theoretical subject, it is a practical subject. And the students are unable to read the question carefully in the examination. As ma'am told, the example of that whether the contention of management is correct or not. So you are required to read the question correctly. You are required to read the question twice or thrice in the examination to understand the requirement of the question, right? Then improper utilization of reading time. The 15 minutes given to you before the examination, it is for reading time. So students are unable to make the proper utilization of that reading time. So you need to utilize those 15 minutes, that how you can make a maximum benefit out of it. Then insufficient revision. Student, yeah.
Sometimes days or 20 days. It really matters that you are having simultaneous revision. If you are having simultaneous revision, you will not face this problem कि 1.5 day में we were not able to revise. 1.5 दिन में हम कैसे करते मैम, हो ही नहीं पाता, इतना बड़ा सिलेबस, इतना वास्ट सिलेबस है कि we are not able to revise it faster. So if you have done simultaneous revision, what we have studied today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, if we have revised, you will not find that issue that in 1.5 day how to complete the whole syllabus. You will not only be able to complete the whole syllabus, but also in addition you will be able to practice all those important questions which you have marked in your notebook, that yes, before going for test, we need to read these questions, because in these questions we found difficulty, or in these questions maximum provisions are there, or these questions are repetitive in nature in various manner, like this kind of questions are being asked, right? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you are not able to read the question carefully and you misinterpret and you write in your own way. So please develop this habit that you are reading the question carefully. Read the question twice or thrice. That is the reason we are telling you to please have writing practice and attempt mock test paper, or you can have PYQs, yani previous year question paper or previous question paper, like for September examination you can use May 25 or January. So when you are writing in 3.15 hours, right, 3 hours 15 minutes, utilizing the 15 minutes for reading time and 3 hours for effective utilization, and thereafter you will be able to analyze that where you are lacking and where you need to improvise, right? You should develop a study plan, that how you are going to prepare your handwritten notes, right? It will help you to have faster revision, specific time slot for theory and practical questions. Like for FR, it might so happen that you are allocating 5 hours, for AFM 5 hours, and audit 1 hour, or maybe at the end we will cover it. So don't do that. Have specific time slot for auditing subject also, and like at least 3 hours of a day, right? I'm not telling you for more than that, but in 3 hours, if you are allotting on simultaneous basis, regular basis, again, you are able to get the required marks, means more than 40 you'll be able to achieve. And if you are studying on regular basis since long, definitely you will be able to get 80 marks or more than that, right? And have realistic study schedule, considering other subject also, your routine, and it should not so happen that you're just studying. At least half an hour should be for you to rejuvenate yourself, like you are having any like playing games, or rather you can have some mind games, Ludo or crossword puzzles or like that, rather than using Facebook, Instagram or WhatsApp, right? Yeah. Yeah. Benefit also we have discussed.
Yes.
So definitely when you are writing, you are able to practice the mock. Yeah.
Answer with the best,
It
know the
means
best. Yes.
15 minutes are there for you where you need to strategize. You need to decide which question you are going to start. Rather, don't get panic if some of the questions are very difficult. If you feel that this question we don't know, it's very difficult, we are not able to solve, definitely you need to have practice. Okay. Yeah. Very good. If you play carom, Sumit, very good. Okay.
Presentation factors, we have already discussed that you should focus on EQCR and clauses. Then we have discussed common mistakes made by the students, and then there should be effective time management. Yeah.
But one very important thing, like paper is very lengthy. If it is taking much more time, then also you need to have your proper strategy or plan in your mind, that yes, this question carries only 2 marks, or this question carries only 4 marks. So how much maximum time I can allot it, right? If I know the question best, like one of the question which is my favorite question, if I saw in the paper, I can write in best of the manner. But for that also 4 to 5 marks are maximum allocation to any question. So it should not be you are writing for 2 page or 3 page, or you have allotted your 1 hour to that question. Please balance your time with the marks also, right? If you are finding any difficulty in any of the question, please don't stay over there. Move forward. At the end, when you are having your time, you can go back to that question. Have at least 15 minutes for revision. whatever you have written, sometimes when we revise, we get to know that yes, this error is there. Even in fact, when we are preparing something, we also find when we are revising it now, every time we revise, we get something that yes, we need to improvise. So this is you should practice relaxation technique, deep breathing, meditation, yoga, pranayam. Definitely, you should have healthy food rather than going for junk food because it will definitely impact your brain. So at the time, because sometimes when we are studying, we feel more hungry. So have some salad, sprouts, or some healthy fruits and what those kind of things. Definitely, you should exercise. It will improve your focus. If you will be able to like your recall the provision faster and get enough sleep. So your mind is working. Definitely, don't get panic. You should have self-talk and visualization with positivity. That yes, all is well. That movie inspire us. Yes, nothing is wrong if we are saying to ourselves, all is well and we'll be able to get it. So we will definitely be. If you have any other doubt, now you can interact. Otherwise, we are going to start our quiz. Yeah. One query is there.
Chart at the starting of the answer, especially for academic.
If you are having sufficient time, Palaniappan, then definitely you can draw chart. But since we are not, if we are drawing the chart and then also we need to write the required answer also. Okay. So you can draw that chart. If the question is big, yes, for your understanding, you can definitely make that. But when in the examination, you are having less time. You need to have 15 minutes for revision also. And you need to complete the whole paper. As ma'am already shared that we are having 30 marks MCQ. For that, 15 MCQs are there, case scenario based MCQ. And if we go for descriptive questions, you need to solve how many questions for 70 marks, right? So how many questions we need to have? 5. It means 3 subparts. So if we see in total, we are having 30 questions. If we segregate further for MCQ, if we take like 45 minutes, right? If we are regularly practicing and we are able to complete the MCQ part in 45 minutes or maybe 35 to 40 minutes, if we are able to, and 15 minutes we want for revision, but 30 descriptive questions for 70 marks are still waiting for us. And technically, how much time we will be having. So you practice that, but at the time of mock test. Right now also we are having 30 days, more than 30 days. You practice at least 3-4 test papers. You can use model test paper and sit for that 3 or 15 minutes and you see how much you are able to write and how much you are able to strategize. Accordingly, you can plan and have real experience in the main examination. Rather than experimenting in the main examination, let's experiment in mock test because it will give us lot many lessons where we require improvisation and we will not repeat that mistake in main examination. Very good, Samyanathan. It's very good habit to meditate. If we are having meditation, at least 10 minutes, it gives us lots of positivity and power. Right? Any other query, Beta, if you have from your side? Otherwise, we are further moving towards our audit brainstorm quiz. Right? As ma'am already told yesterday also. So, share. Yeah. No other queries. So we are proceeding with the quiz. And for this quiz, students, those who are joining through virtual mode, they can also scan this QR code or they can also enter the join code.
You all are required to scan this code. Please join through scanning the code.
link. Copy. Copy. So this time in the quiz, we are bringing the questions which are being, the way the questions are being asked in the examination. Hmm. So till now only
2 participants has joined. 3 are there.
So if any other students who are joining virtually can also join for the same, as we are going to start the quiz, right?
We're waiting for 2 more minutes. So please join to the code. You can also join through the link shared in the chat box or with the scan code. Students who are watching on YouTube, you can also join the quiz. You are just required to scan this code. Are you all able to see the scan code?
And thereafter, you need to write the join code if you are not able to.
Yes.
Check. Change.
Shall we start?
All are ready? Give us thumbs up. Okay, I think let's start. If anyone wants to join in between, they can join in between also, right?
Yes. Almost 5 marks for you to attempt the question. So here we are studying.
Because these are not very small questions. These are the question application based question, which are generally asked in the paper, right? Yeah.
Sam Limited appointed Messrs. Ajit and Company Chartered Accountants as statutory auditor. The statutory auditor found the internal audit function reliable and effective. The statutory auditor assigned the task of assessing the inventory levels of a few branches where the stat auditor believed that there might be some risk of material misstatement to one of the internal auditor. Mr. Krishna, since the internal auditor has recently done such assessment as a part of their internal audit program, therefore, the statutory auditor believed that they could rely on the former's report. Besides this, because of the paucity of the time, the statutory auditors also requested Krishna to help them in some paperwork, including audit documentation. Before the audit was concluded, Krishna got promoted and shifted to another city. During the audit discussion stage, the lead statutory auditor found that documentation delegated to Mr. Krishna was not complete. Accordingly, statutory auditor further checked the inventory work delegated to the internal auditor. However, it was found to be satisfactory. In view of above case scenario, state which of the following statements hold true. The working of internal audit function was reliable and satisfactory. Therefore, the allocation of inventory level was within the authority of the statutory auditor. This was further confirmed by the satisfactory work of internal auditor as found.
Yeah. The working of internal audit function was reliable and satisfactory. Therefore, the allocation of inventory level work was within the authority of the statutory auditor. This was further confirmed by this.
Out of 6, 4 I've already answered. So we have 1.5 minutes left for you to answer us. 2 students are left. Iram, please answer. Yes. So all of you have answered.
And all have answered correctly.
Yes.
Very good. Well done.
An auditor was auditing the quarterly financial results prepared in accordance with Regulation 33 of the SEBI, Listing Obligations and Disclosure Requirements Regulation 2015. The financial results are prepared using the recognition and measurement norms of Ind AS 34 and includes disclosures as prescribed by SEBI. These financial results will be hosted on the website of the entity and the stock exchange. Should the auditor include key audit matters in the audit report on such financial results? Option 1 is no. SA 701 applies to audit of complete set of journal purpose financial statement of an entity. Second, yes. SA 701 applies to audit of any entity. Option C, no. SA 701 applies to review of the complete set of general purpose financial statement of any entity. And last, yes. SA 701 applies to any audit of listed entity.
You can see 2 are of yes and 2 are of no. audit of listed entity or applies to audit of any entity. So here you are able to see, and we are having two options. No. Sumit is raising hand. Sumit, can you write in the and in two of the option we are having yes.
Okay. So only one is correct. Out of 5 of you who are attempting the answers, only one have answered the correct.
And option 1, no, SA 701 applies to audit of complete set of general purpose financial statement of a listed entity was the correct answer. Now you just read the question carefully, that auditor was auditing the quarterly financial result prepared in accordance with regulation 33 of LODR, right? The financial results are prepared using recognition and measurement norms of Ind AS 34, and it includes disclosure as prescribed by SEBI. Now, financial result would be hosted on the website of the entity and the stock exchange. Should auditor include key audit matter in the audit report on such financial results? No, because it is SA 701 applies to audit of complete set of general purpose financial statements. And for whom? It is definitely applicable for listed entity. So if we read the options, SA 701 applies to any audit of listed entity, or no, SA 701 applies to audit of complete set of general purpose financial statement of a listed entity. If you have read the objective and scope of the SA 701 and you are aware where it is applicable, because in last option we are writing applies to any audit of listed entity. And first one is it is applicable for listed entity, but in which case when audit of complete set of general purpose financial statements are talked here, right? So correct answer is A. No, SA 701 applies to audit of complete set of general purpose financial statement of listed entity, and the question is specifically asking about specific situation, right? Next. Yeah, what he's writing in the chat. Why sound? Because in the quiz there is sound. If you are getting disturbed, we can remove that sound also. Yeah.
Next.
CA Arvind and CA Deepak. Both were jointly appointed as auditor of Pulcord Limited to ensure efficient audit and reporting. Arvind and Deepak took the following steps. 1. After identification and allocation of work among themselves, the work allocation document was signed by both of them. Since in any case they were jointly responsible, they did not think it necessary to inform those charged with governance about the allocation. Second, they decided to obtain a common engagement letter since their appointment was common. Third, since their area of work was different, they decided to obtain a separate management representation letter so as not to mix up the matter. Now, which of the above were not correct in view of SA 299? When you read the question, you definitely were able to understand in the first line that it is joint audit of financial statement. Second point, SA 299 will be applicable. And it is about the responsibility and work allocation, how they are going to share, right? So we have 4 correct options, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 2 and 3. And two students have already marked the answer.
Ali, buck up. Out of 5, 4 have already answered. Ali, only you left. Okay. 50 seconds are left, Ali.
I hope it's clear that it is a bit from the perspective of essay 299, and we are having 3 options. Yeah.
Yes.
So Ali is on top, right? And
Out of 5, 2 have correct answered correctly, and 3 have given incorrect answer. So,
yeah,
in question it was asked which of the above were not correct.
yeah. And the correct option is 1 and 3. 1 is what? After identification and allocation of work among themselves, the work allocation document was signed by both of them. Since any case they were jointly responsible, they did not think it necessary to inform to those charged with governance about the allocation. And as per SA 299, whatever work is being segregated, allocation of the work, they have to document it and submit it to management and those charged with governance. So this is one part which is wrong. They have to submit it. And second, they decided to obtain a common engagement letter. Of course, it can be because their appointment was common, so there is nothing wrong in that. Since their area of work was different, they decided to operate. It is not correct because they need not to obtain separate MRN. Okay. So so 1 and 3 are not correct as per SA 299. Next.
Friend of Mr. M, a CA in practice, invited Mr. M to set up a network firm.
Favorite topic of student, professional ethics.
Yes.
Right.
Along with 2 more friends. All the 4 auditors agreed to the same and decided to start a network firm by the name Messrs. LM and Company. However, one of the auditors suggested they cannot use the term and company and it needs to be changed. But Mr. L informed that there is no such regulation regarding the firm's name. After further discussion, a suitable name in accordance with the provisions of Chartered Accountant Act 1949 and regulation was accepted by all the four partners. Which among the names shall be suitable to the newly started network firm?
So here you need to recall the guidelines of Council General Guidelines 2008 regarding network firm, right? And you need to tell which among the name shall be suitable to the newly started network firm, which name they can use rather.
Yes. LM and Company, LM and Associates, LM and Affiliates, LM and Network.
Very interesting and very easy question, Tanya. Yes. Very easy, students.
Out of 6, 5 have already answered.
अली सारा गाइडलाइंस याद आ गया है?
Next 10 seconds, we are going to end the question.
Yeah.
Because this question was not required that much time. So 10, 9, 8, 7,
Element associates, element company, element affiliates,
5,
or element network.
4, 3, 2, 1. We are ending this question. No?
Yeah. So Samyanathan is on top now, and 3 is correctly marked. And you know what should be its answer? It's J and affiliates. The answer will be and affiliates at the end of, right? Rather than we will not use and network, we will not use element associates, element company for network firm. Correct name will be element affiliates, right?
Let's move to next question.
Again, one chat is there. Yeah, next question.
Mr. Rajan, the CEO of Midsides Company, has received an email requesting him to urgently update his account details due to a supposed security breach. The said email appears to be received from the company's bank accounts, looks officially due to use of bank's logo and branding. Such email also includes a link to a website that resembles the bank's login page. Concerned about the security of the company's finances, Mr. Rajan clicks on the link and enters his login credentials. Later, the company's IT department detects unauthorized access to the company's financial accounts and identifies that the CEO's credentials were compromised. Identify the type of cyber attack that Mr. Rajan fell victim to.
And we are having 4 options. And as requested by the student, of course, by default it was 5 minutes. We will end this question at 2 minutes. So we have decreased the time. Yeah. So rather than reading 3 or 55 seconds, you can assume it 52 seconds. So you are having 4 options: missing, wailing, spear fishing, or wishing. Come on fast. 16, 15, 14.
10 seconds are left only. 7 seconds are left.
We can add 5 seconds more, right?
Okay.
Ali is still trying. Ali, come on fast.
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2, 1. End. So now
Yes.
50% accuracy. Why? Tanya, please explain this question, beautiful question, and explain them the concept.
Yes. So in smashing, as we already understand many times, that it relates to SMSing. In the given case, there is no relevance of SMS given in the question. It was said that the email appears to be company's bank account. So it was just to it was looking like a company's official ID.
Sometimes we also get some WhatsApp or SMS, no? Where
Yes.
it looks like that the bank of ICICI Bank has sent.
Yes.
But when we see in reality, when we check, sometimes I is missing or it's small or capital is something different.
If we received that through SMS, it would have been smashing. But we have received through email. The CEO received through email. So SMSing is not the correct word. Then it was wishing. In wishing, we use voice messages or voice. So V for wishing, V for voice. So wishing is also not a correct option. Then in whaling, we have already discussed that some mnemonic is there, like big fish is there. So it in whalings, top managements are executed like that. Yes.
They are target. Here it is not like that.
Then here it is spear fishing. Spear fishing will be the correct option, because in spear fishing, email appears to be received from officials only. So spear fishing is the correct answer. Let's move to next question. And students, don't take much time. These questions are not, that much difficult to take you 4 to 5 minutes in these questions. These questions are for your practice only. No. Next question. DFL Limited has invited tenders for the appointment of statutory auditors as Messrs Cross Limited. The previous auditor has retired due to completion of terms of engagement. The tender is exclusively for chartered accountants. Messrs SDS and Company has submitted its tender quoting the fees for audit engagement considering the size and nature of the business. The contract was awarded to Messrs SDS and Company, and they were appointed as statutory auditor for 3 years for the financial year 23-24. Whether Messrs SDS and Company will be held guilty for professional misconduct as per Chartered Account 1949. So option number 1 is yes. SDS and Company will be held guilty of professional misconduct under clause 6 of part 1 of first schedule to the Chartered Accountant Act 1949. No, they will not be held guilty of professional misconduct. Yes, they will be held guilty of professional misconduct, but under clause 7 of part 1 of first schedule. No, they will not be held guilty of professional misconduct under clause 7 of part 1 of the first schedule.
So here you can use elimination method because all of you know which clause talks about tender. So you can eliminate those two clauses. Like in two options we are having clause 6. In two options we are having clause 7. So definitely you can eliminate those two options wherein wrong clause number is being given. Right? Now, if we read remaining two, one is yes, one is no. So now we need to read the question again carefully, that the tender is exclusively for chartered accountants. Messrs SDS and Company has submitted its tender quoting the fee for audit engagement considering the size and nature of business. Now you see what is the provision given in that particular clause, whether it is open, whether it is for any specific profession, whether minimum fee, maximum fee. I think I have given lots of hint to you all, but still 3 of you have to answer. So I'm waiting for your answer. Please faster.
20 seconds are left.
Those who are joining through portal, they can also send your other answer through chat.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now answer is?
Answer is clause 6, and yes, they will be guilty because it is only for chartered accountant. It is not open for all. If in the question minimum fee or maximum fee point was also being given, then you need to consider that also. But here in the question, tender is exclusively for chartered accountants. And in response to that, SDS and company has submitted, and there is no minimum fees being given. So definitely they will be held guilty. And which clause talks about it? Clause 6, right? Tender is given in the right.
Part 1 of
Yeah.
Part 2.
So answer will be yes, they will be guilty under clause 6.
Next question. Okay. Pihu Limited is a company engaged in the manufacturing of kids' toys. The company sells its goods on a credit basis. Messrs. Mohan, Sohan and Associates have been appointed as a statutory auditor of Pihu Limited. During the course of audit, CA Mohan, the engagement partner, asked the management about the email address of trade receivables of the company for the purpose of obtaining balance confirmation from the trade receivables. The management of the company asked its sales supervisor to send a confirmation request to the trade receivable and collect all the responses and provide all such responses to the auditor. The management of the Pihu Limited also informed CA Mohan that confirmation with respect to 2 of its trade receivables, namely Moon Limited and Sun Limited, won't be available as a dispute between Pihu Limited and both the trade receivables is going on. With respect to other trade receivables, the sales supervisor provided CA Mohan with all the balance confirmations. With respect to the balance confirmation request, which of the following is warranted as per the requirement of the relevant essays? CA Mohan should not have relied to the explanation provided by the management with respect to the trade receivables, namely Moon Limited and Sun Limited, and he should perform alternative procedure with respect to such trade receivables, or CA Mohan should have obtained direct response from all the trade receivables,
all other trade receivables instead of sales supervisor receiving direct response from trade receivable and providing them to the auditor. And in third option, both A and B, it means CA should not have relied on the explanation provided by the management with respect to the trade receivable, namely Moon Limited and Sun Limited. He should perform alternative procedure with respect to such trade receivable. And second one, D is CA should have obtained direct response from all other trade receivable instead of sales supervisor receiving direct response from trade receivable and providing them to the auditor. Last option means both A and B. And last is CA Mohan should give a qualified opinion as a balance confirmation with respect to 2 trade receivable is not available. So, of course, this was little bit lengthy question, but it's not as difficult as much time you are taking. We need to plan our time properly, dear students. In the examination for 15 MCQs. Yeah. So I think in
10 seconds we are going to
okay, 10 or 20 seconds we can give. Yeah. Okay. Ali, you are taking much time, beta. Earlier you was on the top.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And correct answer is both A and B. Right now, Samyanathan is on top.
Yes.
Yes.
And all those who have attempted, they have attempted the correct answer.
So accuracy is also, if we see for the attempted person, students, it's
Is
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next question. Rajveer is conducting an audit of a manufacturing company. To streamline the audit process, he uses a sampling tool to select a representative sample of transactions from a large data set of sales records. He also employs a board to cross-check the company's compliance with statutory payments like GST and TDS. While reviewing the financial statements, Rajveer relies on Excel to automate calculations such as variance analysis and trend reports, ensuring the audit is completed on time and meets regulatory requirements. Which type of audit is being described in the above?
Very easy, interesting. Digital auditing, auditing digitally, manual audit with technological assistance, or traditional audit. Very small, very simple, easy question.
1 minute is left.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 seconds are left. Priyanshu, Ali. Yeah, 20 seconds are left.
Very simple. Just read the question. We are here in streamline the audit. Okay, we'll remove the background music. Wait 1 second.
Okay, let's end the push. Yeah. Okay. So 5, those who have attempted, 2 are correct and 3 are incorrect.
Read the question carefully, beta. CA Rajveer is conducting an audit of a manufacturing company. To streamline the audit process, he uses a sampling tool to select a representative sample of transaction from a large data set of sales records. And what he is using, bot, to cross-check the company's compliance. So he is using bot. So he is auditing digitally, right? Okay. So correct answer is auditing digitally. Yeah. Next question.
ICAI Associates, a chartered accountant firm, has been appointed as an auditor of the company for the financial year 23-24. It consists of 2 partners, CAK and CAT. CAT is a brother of the father of the finance director of the company, BAC Limited. CAK is an old friend of the finance director of the company, BAC Limited. What kind of ethical threat is associated with appointment of TK Associate as an auditor of the BAC Limited? Self-interest threat, advocacy threat, familiarity threat, and self-review threat.
Now its answer is there in the question itself. 2 partners. And one is brother of the father of the finance director. And another one is old friend of the finance director.
1 minute is left for you to
So you
answer.
see which one should be the correct answer. Self-interest, advocacy, familiarity, self-review. So name is itself reflecting. So, very easy to guess. 1 minute is left. 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 1 minute Pakap, Ali and Palaniappan. 4 has already replied. Yes. Ali, beta, you need to move fast. Means on 3 we will end this question, right?
10 seconds are left. So here we go with the answer.
It was very easy. It was predictable as per the question itself that two partner, one is brother of father of finance director and second is having old friend, means familiar threat, because there is no self-interest. Advocacy threat is also not there. Self-review threat means what we have done, we are only checking that. Right? Self-interest means financial interest should be there. Advocacy is altogether different. So it was very easy to predict familiarity threat, and its accuracy is 50% only, dear students. Please read the fact of the case carefully, then only you will be able to predict the correct answer. Okay, and it's very easy. If you know about the threat, you will be able to mark the correct answer very faster manner. Next.
So you have answered self-interest threat, which is not the correct answer. Familiarity threat is the correct answer.
Yes. KNC Bank Limited was having 20 branches all over India by the year ending 31st March 2025. At the Mumbai branch of the bank, there was a high value cash deposit in one of the current accounts during June 24. And now your firm has been appointed as the concurrent auditor for the Mumbai branch for the year 24-25. The cash collected by the branch was remitted to the currency chest on the very same day. But during the concurrent audit for the month of April itself, the auditor noticed that the branch was unable to show intimation sent via email to the currency chest for the cash remittance. How the discrepancy of not preserving the intimation of cash remittance to currency chest by Mumbai branch of the bank should be dealt by the concurrent auditor in his audit report. Now select the correct option from the following. And we are again having 4 correct options. You can directly choose the correct answer. You can use elimination method. You can 50-50 also you can do. Of course, phone a friend facility is not available over here like KBC. The auditor should report the matter as a major irregularity in his audit report to the management. Auditors should discuss the importance of preserving the hard soft copy of emails sent for cash remittance with the branch manager and check for its compliance in the next audit period. Auditor should verify the detail from email sent to currency chest and close the matter. It is a minor irregularity. Auditor can ignore the same. Very predictive, very easy, very interesting. And after 12 seconds, yeah. Ma'am is going to end the quiz. Ali, why you are going back? You were the topper of the quiz. It was very easy to predict that yes, second option was correct, because what auditor will do? Auditor will discuss the importance, why we should preserve the hard copy or soft copy of email to the currency chest for the cash remittance, right? And check for its compliance when? In the next audit period. Why in the next audit period? Because you are concurrent auditor. So in the next audit period, you will check whether it is being complied with or not. Concurrent audit means it is going on simultaneous basis. So 2 of you has given the correct answer. Read the questions options carefully, beta. Auditor should report the matter as a major irregularity. Now the auditor is concurrent auditor, right? He can discuss and he can check the compliance. Whether he will go and verify the detail from email sent to currency chest and close the matter. It's already being checked over there. And It's minor irregularity. Whether auditor can ignore that is eliminated actually. Auditor cannot ignore that. So best answer is, if we see for the best answer, auditor should discuss the importance of the same and check in the next period, right? So 2 of you have given the correct answer and 3 are incorrect, and I think 1 is not able to attempt. Yeah.
LLP and company chartered accountant firm was appointed to conduct the statutory audit for the FY financial year 24-25 for the company RST Limited. CA Kaushal was the engagement partner for the said assignment. During the ongoing engagement of the audit, at the end of the third quarter, 2 limited review reports were issued by MLP and company. Before the issuance of the third quarter's limited review report, the management of the company imposed a limitation on the scope of the audit that CA Kushal considered likely to result in the need to express a qualified opinion or to disclaim an opinion on the financial statements. And accordingly, he requested that management should remove such limitations. However, management refused to remove the said limitation. What was the responsibility of MLP and company with respect to the issue of limited review report at the time of the resignation?
Limited review report for third quarter was required to be issued. Definitely, limited review report for third quarter was required to be issued, and consequently, after its issuance, audit report for the full year is also required to be issued. No further limited review report was required to be issued, as it was already issued for the second quarter at the time of resignation. Limited review report for third quarter was
Required to be in terms of the audit engagement.
Now see, it was discussed in LODR, it is discussed in resignation of auditor part, है ना? So please read whether what facts are given to you, that it's already being, audit report is already being issued for 2 quarters. And third quarter is ending. So definitely MLP and company has to issue the audit report for whether it is for third quarter or not. Now you need to decide. Then if it is issuing for third quarter, what is his responsibility for whole year?
10 seconds are left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So its answer, Samyanathan is on top and Palaniappan on second. Answer will be better if the report is already being issued for 2 quarters and third quarter is going to end. So definitely for third quarter also, auditor has to issue the audit report. And one important provision, when the auditor is issuing for 3 quarters audit report, then he has to provide the audit report for last quarter also. So it is the responsibility of auditor to issue the limited review report for third quarter as well as for whole, right? Yeah. So the correct answer will be second one. Yeah. Moving towards next question.
Yeah. Scenic Limited. Scenic Limited was set up initially as a private limited company. Subsequently, it got converted into a public company. The company's management has a plan of expansion, but the business was not growing in an organic manner. Therefore, management decided to acquire the competitors. During the financial year 31st March 2024, the company acquired 2 companies in India and France in September 2023 and January 2024 respectively. The company controls both of these companies as per the criteria laid down in the Companies Act 2013, as well as the applicable accounting standards. The management started discussion with the auditors regarding the audit, wherein it was also pointed out by the auditor that the management should also prepare consolidated financial statements if they want. Management needs your advice on the same. Management must prepare the consolidated financial statement as per the requirement of the Companies Act 2013. Management has a choice not to prepare consolidated financial statement but should go for that, considering that its true performance and financial position can then be demonstrated. Management could have prepared consolidated financial statements if the acquired companies would have completed at least 1 year post-acquisition, or management must prepare consolidated financial statement, but it includes only the company acquired in India. So 30 seconds are left.
We need to practice that we are able to complete the same in within 3 minutes time, because for 15 questions, then it will be 45 minutes. And in the examination, definitely we need to reduce the time because we need to read the case scenario as well, right? So here it should not take more than 2 or 2.5 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So they have to consolidate. Management must prepare the consolidated financial statement as per the Companies Act 2013. I think I need not to explain because all of you have given correct answer for the same, that is 1, right? So moving towards next question, because we are also running out of time and we are having some other tips and we need to have your doubts also, right? Yeah. Next. The firm from which you are pursuing your articleship training is the internal auditor of Sukh Limited. While conducting the audit of the medical expense reimbursement of the company employees, you come across some bills which are clearly not medical in nature and some others which have been overwritten. Now, when you discussed, means during the discussion, the accountant points out that the employee is a functional head who enjoy a significantly higher medical expenses reimbursement limit, and that you should ignore those bills as the amount is not material. Now, what will you do? You will accept the explanation and the bills. You will recommend that the claim should be reduced and clear guidelines should be issued to all employees on the matter with a provision for disciplinary action. You will recommend that the employee be asked to submit fresh bill to avail the tax benefit. You will recommend that the employee be taxed on aggregate amount of the suspect bill.
1 minute is left.
Yeah, it's very easy to predict, right? You are having your articleship training and most of you already had your articleship training, right? As an internal auditor. And what you are observing that medical expenses reimbursement of the company employee, right, not clearly medical in nature. Some are being overwritten. Now, what you are going to do? You will accept the explanation bill. You will recommend the employee, please share the fresh bill and tax benefit. You will not give the tax benefit, or you will recommend that it should be reduced and clear guidelines should be issued to all employees on the matter with the provision for disciplinary action. Yes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So how many were correct in this? 4 were correct, 1 was incorrect. Beta, its answer will be, it's very easy, you know, that they should recommend the claim should be reduced, because as an auditor, what you can do? Hai na? And you will say that please issue clear guidelines. Okay, so that if they are not able to, then definitely disciplinary action should be initiated. Okay, next question.
Limited, which is based in Mumbai, is in the business of manufacturing leather products since 1995 and wants to acquire Home Leathers Private Limited, which is based in Pune and engaged in the business of selling leather products manufactured by different companies. Before acquisition, Gin Limited wants to get a due diligence review to be done by Om Leathers. Jin Limited appointed S and Associates for conducting overall due diligence of Om Leathers. During review, the accountant asked Om Leathers to provide financial projections of the company for the next 5 years, but Om Leathers refused to provide the same and claimed that financial projections are not the part of the due diligence review. Whether the objection raised by management of Om Leathers is correct, give reasons. The objection raised by Om Leathers is correct as due diligence doesn't include review of financial projections. The objection raised by Om Leather is not correct as due diligence refers to examination of potential investments to confirm all material facts of the prospective business which a company wants to acquire financially. The objection raised by Om Leather is correct as the reviewer cannot comment on financial projection on his report. And the objection raised by Om Leather is not correct as a target company cannot refuse in providing any information required by the reviewer. So 30 seconds are left. 3 of you have already answered the question. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Correct answer for this is
All of you
all
have
have
answered.
already given correct answer, so I don't think we need to tell the reason for the correct answer, that the objection raised by Om Leather is not correct as due diligence refers to an examination of a potential investment to confirm all material fact of the prospective business with the company want to acquire, and financial projection is a part of same. Last
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worthy Bank Limited, a mid-sized financial institution, prides itself in offering secure digital banking service to its customers. Recently, the bank became a target of sophisticated malware attack that exposed multiple vulnerabilities in its IT system, wherein the attacker leveraged to target employees' smartphone. This malware was introduced through phishing SMS, yani ki SMSing, and the use of unsecured Wi-Fi, which prompted employee to click on malicious link. The malware explained outdated operating system on the devices to extract sensitive corporate information. Now you need to tell which cyber attack was encountered by the company. Hannah, if you have solved the mock test paper, you might have seen this kind of similar kind of question, or maybe this question. So fileless malware, Trojan, ransomware, or mobile malware. Now you see in the question, you are already getting hints. It is malware attack. Second, right, that expose multiple vulnerability in its IT system. Here, attacker leverage to target employees' smartphone. Attack is through smartphone. And it was introduced through phishing SMS, means SMSing. And what is the use? Unsecured Wi-Fi. I think all have answered you. So we can go to the... Oh, 3 of you has given the correct answer, and answer should be mobile malware, beta. Because when we were reading the question, I was just reading for you because I want to tell you on which of the lines or which of the words you should emphasize, you should focus, right? It's employee smartphone. Second thing is phishing SMS and use of unsecured Wi-Fi, which prompted employees to click on malicious link. Okay. So with the help of this, you are able to understand this. It is mobile malware. And I already told you it's malware attack. It's given in the question. And in 2 of the option, malware word was used also for you. Right? So here, if we go to dashboard, yeah, who is the topper? Wow. So Samyanathan is first, topper, and Palaniappan is second, and third is Priyanshu. Yeah. So you can see group performance if we see.
Participants. Saminathan, out of 15, you have correctly answered 14 and one was incorrect. Palaniappan, 9 were correct answers and 6 were incorrect. Priyanshu, 8. Iram, 8. And then we have.
But Priyanshu and Iram, you both have correct. Your numbers are 8. Both are correct.
But I think he joined late. Priyanshu joined late. That's why he attempted 12 questions out of 15.
Yeah, and he is incorrect are only 4 actually.
Yes.
And Sumit Jain, you are also near about, so 7 are correct. So I think you can improvise with the help of same. I think in next session we need to discuss descriptive question in same manner. Some sort of some innovative way for descriptive question so that they can write some of the question and they can share us also, right? So students, in the August, we are again having our next success at CA examination, right? After mock test paper series 2 is being conducted. In that, again, we will come out with some new innovative ideas wherein we can interact with you and we can help you in improvising your answering skills, right? So till that time, right, you are having, I think, at least more than 15 days time you are already having for that. It's, I think, on 13th of August or like that. So during these 15 days, you should complete the whole syllabus. You have to attempt the mock test paper series 2. And whatever difficulties you are finding, you can interact with us for the same. And of course, in that, we will cover some of the descriptive question also. And would like you to write some of the part and share with us in the chat so that we will be able to guide you. Like you need to share the how you are going to write the essay name and other provisions, or how you are going to conclude. Maybe some of the sort of innovative way we will search for the same so that you can click on the, either we will provide you the options and you need to click on the same, or you can also share how you are going to write. And of course, your feedback is very important. You can share your feedback how you want us to pursue, right? Or we can take one of the mock test paper if you want us to take. So here I think we have covered the tips for how to cover the syllabus. We have shared the tips how you should write the descriptive question, how you should attempt case scenario based question or application based question, right? Independent MCQ. And with the help of this quiz, we practiced 15 MCQs also. But definitely here it was a quiz, so we took more time. But in the examination, we need to develop the habit that we are able to through with the MCQ part in 45 minutes. Right? And definitely don't go for selective study. Don't opt for shortcuts. Have in-depth knowledge, conceptual clarity. Of course, you are not able through with whole syllabus. Your 100% syllabus is not completed. But what you are completing, it should be in best of the manner. Because in some of the question, I observed that it was very simple to predict. In fact, if you read the fact of the case, if you read the question carefully, you are able to understand the requirement and you are able to opt for. Yeah, if you have any doubt, let us give you 2 minutes, or you can raise your hand, or you can unmute yourself and share what, if you want to ask anything. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 1 second. Who is talking? Hello? Technical team, nahi, it's not over. We are asking students to unmute and they can answer. So you just give them unmute rights. They can raise their hand and they can unmute and they can share what they want to share, the feedback for today's session and what they really want to have in next session. And of course, yeah. He is asking how to develop clarity in the subject. That is, we get confused there with the, that is, we get confused this or that. Beta, if you have read the fact of the question carefully and you are aware of the provision, right? If we talk of threat, what is self-interest threat, what is self-review threat, what is advocacy threat, and what is familiarity threat? How many types of threats are there? 5 types of threats are there, right? So as when we were discussing, I told you that for self-interest, financial interest, we need to consider self-review threat, that I have a maker-checker concept should be there. Now, if I am the maker, then I should not be checker. So in self-review threat, it means accounting is also done by me and I am auditor also. So self-review threat will be there. For familiarity threat means familiarity terms are there. In that question, particular familiarity relationship was there, close relationship if you are having, and advocacy threat, right? So if you are aware that, and intimidation threat means the firm or the company is saying that if you are not able to do this, we will take this audit back, right? So like dhamki. So if you are knowing about all the threats, then only in the examination you will be able to opt. So this or that issue will not arise, right? When we were discussing the question of digital auditing, what is auditing digitally? What is digital audit? If you are using the techniques, which audit it will be, right? If you are auditing with the help of techniques, okay. So for that. Next is if you or then this malware wala question. If you see in the question itself, it was given that malware attack is there, and mobile malware was the option. And if you have read the provisions, if you have read the concepts carefully, it's not difficult to identify. So one thing is very clear: if you have read thoroughly, if you are having in-depth knowledge, and for that you need to plan in such a manner that we told in the beginning also that what you have studied today, it should be revised tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And 2 questions at least every day we need to write. What we have studied today, out of that 2 questions we need to write. And we should evaluate what kind of problems are happening. Like we are not able to recall the provisions. We are not able to understand the requirement of the question, or that part was not covered in that. So all these should be identified with by you, so that in the examination, when you are writing, when you will not find this problem, that this, that, or that kind of situation, right? So that is very important point. Next is multiple revision. It will help you to recall and retain faster. It will be memorize, use some memorize techniques also. Some mnemonics you can use, okay? So if you have studied properly, not in the shortcut manner, if you are learning also the concepts, you are having writing practice, है then you will not find this kind of issue. Yeah, Samyanathan, you were raising your hand. Samyanathan, unmute yourself, beta. Samyanathan. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I attended a few revisionary classes from where I can able to catch up as you advised during those classes. The thing is that I regularly revising. On daily, I am spending 3 hours time for auditing. Is one of my priority. I am giving equal time for all the subject as well, ma'am. Thank you for all the advice till now. I am following it up. Thank you so much.
Very good, Samyanathan. Because we can share the tips, but you have to implement. Those students who took guidance from us, and when they are following it on regular basis, they are getting really good marks. But those who gets the tips but they are not implementing the same, they are not able to. So this is my humble request to all of you, beta, don't compromise with this subject, because in final group 1, I personally observed that in group 1 students are able to pass in FR and AFM, but they are not able to pass in auditing subject. So it's my appeal to all of you, don't compromise with this subject. It is the heart, it is the core of our profession, right? It is the backbone of our profession. So don't ignore this subject. It is very essential and important. In life also, we tend to do audit. So please read with conceptual clarity. And now also, if you allot 3 hours on daily basis, if you are having multiple revision and if you are having writing practice, not 80 marks, but you will not be one of them who is not getting 40 marks. It is the only difference between success and failure. So now again, I'm appealing to all of you, have writing practice, and please, when you're writing the answer, emphasize, analyze what kind of issues you are facing, and next day this should not be repeated. Okay. So with this, I think any other feedback, beta? If any one of you want to ask any doubt, and of course, after this also, every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. open house, right, is there for you. You can ask any of the doubt with, you can talk to us through Zoom. Okay, you can log in through BoS Knowledge Portal or mobile app, and we are there to handhold. 4 to 5 p.m. is the time. If you have any doubt, you can definitely interact with us during that time on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. We are there to guide you, help you, but of course, it will not be available on YouTube, right? Its recorded session will not be available for you. It's one-to-one. If anyone want to share any feedback or anyone who want to ask any doubt, they can interact with us. Yeah. Any other tip, ma'am, you want to add on? So any other student, if you have any doubt, beta, please divide your syllabus in small parts. Don't try to complete in one go, because when you segregate it, you are revising 3-4 times. You are having more questions written practice, right? And definitely at least 2 mock test paper you should appear. Maybe with the help of model test paper, PYQ, or any mock test paper that will definitely guide you how you are able to use best of the manner your 15 minutes duration, which is there for reading time, 15 minutes for revision, right? And how to best utilize that time and how to do time management, that will also guide you. It's just like mock drill. So have demo practice, have practice in the mock test paper. Yeah. Yes, that will help you, that you are not missing anything in duration of these 1.5 days, and you will be able to complete the whole revision part and important questions also. So I think if, yeah. Thank you, Palani Appan. Thank you, Sumit, and thank you each and every one of you. So I think if there is no other doubt, and we have shared the tips, we have, if you have any other feedback, you can definitely reach out to us through Ask Your Query. Yeah, this kind of quiz we will definitely conduct. Maybe next session, we will have some small questions back, right? Or maybe case scenario based, something we will search for the innovative way so that you can get something innovative and you can have practice also, right? But for that, you need to study and your conceptual clarity should be there. So again, we'll be meeting you in the mock test paper series 2, success at a CA examination conducted by Board of Studies in the month of August. We are having definitely, I expect that till that time you will be able to complete the almost important parts, and you will be having more conceptual clarity and in-depth knowledge. Your feedback is very important for us. And Palani Appan is saying, thank you, ma'am. Then Sumit is, thank you. Okay. Iram is saying, quiz was an interesting way. Thank you, Iram, for your feedback. Definitely, we require your feedback so that we can improvise further, right? So that our purpose is solved and your purpose should also be solved. Samyanathan, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to each one of you. Thank you to the technical team. And we are here for you to handhold. If you need any support, any guidance, we are there for you. And with this, thank you and wish you all the very best. Any other quote you want to share or
Thank you.
thank
All
you.
the best.
All the best. Yeah.